about housing. Again, when the rum tell them they're a big dancer, they come with all kind of promises about how they're going to solve the housing problem. Listen to me carefully. There is no real challenge with financing housing in Jamaica. The big challenge is in supplying houses in Jamaica, building the house in Jamaica. 90% of the time, it's not a financial problem. Availability of land, availability of contractors, the approval and procurement process. Those are the things that have prevented Jamaica from rapidly building out the 150,000 houses that we need. So if you are in a tight market and you decide, all right, I'm going to give more money, what you do? And you don't increase the supply. What that does is increase the price of the house. So you have to be very careful with the policies that you make. Right now, we must be focused on increasing the number of houses that we build. In the last 5 years, we have focused on delivering 70,000 houses to the market. The NHT has in train already, which includes houses that they are built, houses that are in procurement, houses in construction, housing in design. They have 53,000 houses. We created Bernard Lodge, and if you go over Bernard Lodge here now, you see some beautiful houses being built. And we commit in our third term to another 60,000 houses. But I know young people have a concern about houses. How I can get a house? Well, the grant to get the house sounds good, but you have to ask yourself, who going to get the grant? If you give 2,000 out of about 40,000 young people who would want it, what criteria would you put in place to determine who get it? I can tell you, under the PMP, it's going to be friend and company who get it. So what we have to do now? Firstly, we are going to give incentives to the private sector under the urban tax relief, which will incorporate areas in Spanish Town, areas in Clarendon and Maypen, areas in Hanover, St. James and Trelawney, areas in St. Thomas, and of course there are several communities in Kingston, where if you build low-income houses, you will get a tax relief. And that is going to attract a whole heap of investment in low-income houses, in communities that are suffering from urban blight. And that is how you get more houses being built. We have decided that any housing scheme that the NHT sponsors or supports or develop, we will reserve 15% of those houses for young people. But we give another incentive. As a young person, if you buy your first house, and let's say 5 years after you outgrow it, you have a family and you have children and you need another, what we are saying to you is that you must sell that house back to the NHT, and we will give you access to a second benefit from the NHT so that you can upgrade the house that you bought before. So what we are trying to do now is to create a market for houses that are affordable. You buy those, you hold it for a little period of time, and then when you're ready to upgrade. So you get your studio, your one bedroom, and when you're ready to upgrade, you don't lose your NHT benefit, providing you sell that back to the NHT. Why? Because the NHT wants to take that unit and put it back at the market at a reasonable price for the next generation of young people to come and have access to the unit. And these are the kinds of solutions that we need. And you know why I have these solutions? I don't drink, I don't smoke, nobody can turn me into no big dancer. I am focused, I am practical, I listen to the people, we study the problem, and so we come up with workable solutions that won't be a cost to you.